Mike Robitaille here with Dr. Todd Shatkin, and Todd, a great history, family history, for as long as I can remember being around Buffalo, especially this building now in Kensington. I mean, who hasn't driven by here, but your dad started all this.
He did. My father had been in practice for over 50 years before he had, passed away a few years back, and 25 years ago moved into this building from down on High Street, opened up this practice here at the Aesthetic Associate Center for Plastic Surgery and Dentistry. Around the same time, my brother and I finished our training and joined him, which was a fabulous opportunity for us.
And of course, let's not forget about the matriarch of your family. Your mother, very multifaceted also. She did many things besides raising you.
Of course. Well, my mother and her father owned Ellis Advertising Company.
Right.
And of course, the Aesthetic Associate Center got its name from my mother coming up with that wonderful name for us. And she handled all of our public relations and advertising for Aesthetic Associate Center for her entire adult life.
So you and your brother Sam, you work at the knee of your father, and he's bringing you along, and he said, boys, carry on.
Pretty much that's how it went. My dad retired from surgery in about 2007 and turned over the practice of plastic surgery to my brother and the dental practice to me. As you know, my dad was both a dentist and a physician, a DDS-MD, and he always joked that he had to have two boys to do what he did.
Yeah.
So I became the dentist, my brother became the plastic surgeon.
So how has it changed? Have you changed the business much in the past couple of years, or is it pretty well where it was when your dad was still with you?
Well, I'll tell you, our father, we got to practice with my dad for 20 years, which was a wonderful experience. We pretty much had lunch every day together.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
And he knew you, and he had a really great...
Primarily, he was involved in the city.
Every day.
A lot of things were going on. You and your mom. And
my mother, my father, very philanthropic, very involved with the community. And they gave us both very strong work ethic, very strong moral character. And I think if you have that and you have a foundation of that throughout your life, you can really accomplish anything you set yourself out to do. And that's what I try to do with my own kids.
So where does it go from here? Now the boys, Sam and Todd, and here they are still with this lovely building on Kensington. And do you expand? Do you grow? Do you stay the way you are? Or
well, we bought a building across the street recently for the dental lab that we promote around the world now, Shatkin First Laboratory. We have a global presence. We sell the mini dental implants all over the globe and to well over 9,000 dentists who I've trained throughout the world on mini implants. So we're continuously expanding, but I think we don't grow so rapidly that our focus changes. Our focus is primarily on patient care, taking care of our patients in the community, and doing the best quality work we can do.
Well, that's so important. You've never lost sight of that. And personally, of course, you've taken care of me, and so has your brother. And it's always been kind of a personal experience. You're here. It's not. You're easy to find, and you're available, and that must mean something, certainly to your clients.
Well, I appreciate that, and I certainly try my very best to be there for my clients and including all of the dentists who call me on a daily basis for help with their patients, because I train them, and then you have to have follow-up for those dentists to help them on an individual basis with their implant procedures.
And Todd, you've lectured pretty well all over the world.
Yeah, I've lectured in Asia, in Australia, in South America, England, France, Italy, Canada, and the United States, and probably a few other places I forgot to mention. But it's been really a rewarding experience to see people around the world and meet fellow dentists throughout the globe who really have the same focus that we have here in America, is really just to take care of their patients, do the best quality care we can provide for them.
What do you find? I'm just curious, on a personal note, patients that come through the door, what are they most concerned about?
Well, patients are very different from each other, and some people come in with a fear of going to the dentist. Some are concerned about the cost, but most of the patients just want to find a dentist they can trust and stay with, because a lot of patients hop around from one dentist to the next until they find a home. And we try to be that home for those patients. We try to make them comfortable and encourage them to be able to bring their family and friends to us. And that's how we've grown this business over the last 25 years.
You know, I never thought of this much, but as time has gone on, the importance of good dental care and teeth that look right and so on. You see it certainly in movie stars and a lot of athletes now and just everyday people.
Yeah.
Such an awareness. And what a difference. If someone has the correct teeth and they're bright and they look good and they smile, there's something they radiate.
The smile is the first impression on people. I always say it's a smile in the eyes. People, when they talk to you, you look at them in the eyes, and when they're talking back to you, you look at their mouth moving and their speech and their smile is a big part of that.
Well, you've got these teeth straightened out for me now. How about these baby blues? Maybe I better go over and see your brother.
You can open them up a little bit so you can show them a little more, yeah.
Well, Todd, it was nice. Really enjoyed this conversation, and I think it's a nice opportunity for a lot of the people to get to know you, say, below the Dr. Todd Shatkin. I mean, your family and what you do and how you've been involved in the history of this business.
Well, thanks very much. And, we hope to carry on this business for many, many years and decades. I happen to have a son, a 19-year-old boy,
right,
Jared, who's thinking about being a dentist. And my brother has another boy, Michael, who's thinking about being a plastic surgeon. So, the generation may repeat itself.
And of course, Sam's boy, you're talking about Michael, really good soccer player, so proud of him. Of course, Jared, your one boy, was an aspiring hockey player one time. And
plays football, lacrosse, and hockey, and loves sports. And they look up to you, both of the boys, and they've had an opportunity to meet you. And I remember bringing my son into your living room about 5 or 6 years ago, and that was a real important time in his life.
Yeah, I think it was too.
Yeah.
I think it was too. Well, he's going to have more important times in front of him. Just as your dad passed this business on to you, it's important these years, I'm sure, for your family and for Sam's family. So we wish you luck. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay,
appreciate it.
Great.
And action.